had a skiing accident. I was a ski racer in college, and so I was 20 years old when I had a skiing accident. I didn't know anything about the Paralympics really at that point. I remember as a kid seeing some guy in the lift line back before we had high-speed lifts, and you're going back and forth through the corral and seeing some guy who was an amputee, but I never saw him ski. And then the year before my accident, I was at a ski race up in Burke Mountain in Vermont, and a woman with one leg showed up, and I was like, well, what is she doing here? And then I watched her ski, and she was really good. She beat a bunch of people with two legs, and she was the most quintessential athlete I'd ever seen, because as athletes, we have our excuses before we even start half the time. But she was one of those people who was like, you just better watch out, because I know I'm going to fall, but I'm going to get back up. And you're like, well, that's the person that scares me. And that was a woman named Diana Golden, who actually was from Massachusetts as well. And she became a hero that day, and a year later, I had a skiing accident, and I wanted to do what she'd done. I wanted to follow in her footsteps as best I could, and in a lot of ways, I patterned my career after what she had done. One of the things that's so cool about the city and hosting the Olympics here is the history that comes with it, the culture that comes with it. I mean, obviously, it's an amazing sports town, but the Boston Marathon, they talked about it on the boat coming back from Athens, right? So it's been around for a long time. It's the greatest race that I've ever done, because people line that race from the very start in Hopkinton to right here to Boston. And that to me is what you want, but also just the history and the culture. And as an athlete, as a spectator, you want to be able to immerse yourself in the games, because in a lot of ways, the games could be anywhere. And what makes them different is the culture and the people, and that's what's going to make it memorable. And obviously, here in Boston, the culture and the people are most certainly memorable.